Finally, let me talk about open houses. Whenever we do them, it shocks me. People come in, they have other agents, but their agents aren't educating them. They're not telling them what to look for. If you're going to buy a roof and it doesn't have an asphalt shingle roof, but it's got some kind of a composite, it's got some kind of a tile, some kind of concrete, some kind of ceramic, whatever it may be, it's important to have those looked at for the cracked tiles. If those tiles shift, and we might not have any active earthquakes we can feel, but there's always shaking going on, and that causes those tiles to move and grind away at that paper underneath. That's important to have during your home inspection. Make sure the roof is walked or investigated in some way, shape, or form, because we don't get a lot of rain out here in Southern California. When we do, that's when we pay the piper. We find roofers become super active because the people that own the houses with those types of roofs haven't had them inspected in a long time. Usually you can put it maybe every year, year and a half, make a calendar date, have somebody come out and look at it, especially, and in some of the areas out here, there's these massive trees, these canopies that are growing over houses, which clutter the roofs with leaves and pine needles and all sorts of wonderful debris. That being the case, you need to have that roof cleaned out. And you yourself, me, if I get up on the roof and start walking around, I'm going to break all sorts of tiles and step on the wrong place. So it's really good to have a professional do that. I do know people get up there and do it themselves, but I got a buddy of mine that's just about my weight, and he cracked many tiles. And then he decided to get down and hire somebody. So it increased the cost of that roof check and that roof repair. But when you're looking at buying properties, that should be part of your investigation, folks. The roof. So asking the seller the right questions pertaining to that, because that's a $30,000, $40,000 bill all day long to get a roof repaired, not to mention if it's leaking and nobody knows about it. And it won't be that the seller's hiding it from you. Usually there just hasn't been enough rain to really show the problem. And if there was a problem in the past, the volume wasn't enough, or maybe the tear in the paper wasn't enough, or the roof issue wasn't enough to create something that the seller actually noticed and found out. And even during your inspection, a good inspector probably is going to be able to identify some kind of a leak that might not have been attended to by the seller. You bring that to their attention, they're like, oh my God, we need to get this taken care of, if in fact they're going to be nimble enough to oblige you in fixing that kind of a repair if you happen to be in escrow with them. But buyers don't know these things. Also, the inspector you hire, this is something else that came up yesterday. The inspector you hire, there's all sorts of different certifications with home inspectors. I understand your agent's going to have a list, or probably one they love more than the others. Why don't you ask them, hey, why do you like Connor?